Hey everybody, it's Big Rick. Just wanted to get this uploaded for you. This is the Q&A from Pennhurst today, May 17th, 2025, with the Project Fear team. Forgive, there are people getting in the way. There's a little blurriness, you know, can't always control everything, right? So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon.
Please welcome to the stage from Project Fear, Dakota, and Alex.
You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, hello. There it is. Hi.
So sick. So what's going on? Questions? Because I have nothing to say.
Thanks for coming out, guys. This is going to be a fun effing weekend and stuff.
There'll be two of us with microphones on the ground, so get your hands up and we will find you. We're
There we go.
So my question is, what does it take to get the permission to break into this event?
Sledgehammer and just
Crowbar?
No.
We don't do that. We used to. I mean, nowadays we do get permission, but it's a lot of work out. I mean, you do a lot of that.
Yeah, it kind of depends. If it's privately owned, you reach out to the owner. Usually there's a website. Kind of like here with Pennhurst, you reach out through the websites and stuff like that. It's a lot more tricky when it's state-owned, and then you have to go through like government and stuff like that. So that's usually a no, by the way, if you're trying to get into one of those properties. But yeah, just find the website and include email. They get back to you pretty quickly. So, yeah.
right here.
Hi guys.
Hi.
You too.
First question. Any of this?
Very much so. It's pretty
I'll take the two. I've dated in 6 years.
Well, I'm a sample.
I'm dating my computer.
The other one is, are you free on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's what happens.
What's your name? Okay, Brendan.
You're going to take me to dinner first.
Okay, you guys are on.
Oh,
I just want to ask each of you, what is the case that you close to home or the most intimidating? Or scariest? I know you get that.
I mean, for me, I know it was Hillview Manor. I don't know if you're familiar with Destination here, but
it's this little show that got canceled.
Project Fear on YouTube, it's free. Anyway, yeah, that was definitely the hardest night that I've had to go through doing this. But recently, I just did a whole night by myself in Hillview, which will come out later on this year. So I didn't throw up this time.
He's a big boy.
Boy, now I made it.
Yeah, I mean, so we just finished a road trip where we all did a solo at a place that haunted us. So I went to Saratoga Homestead where I captured.
And then I went to St. Albans by myself.
Kelsey did the Sally House. We just got done like maybe a few months ago. It was the last thing we filmed, and that should be coming out in
The summer.
Like, yeah, July.
All right, over here to your left, guys. You can pass this down to the gentleman in the glasses.
Hi guys.
So-
Missing Chelsea, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you just answered my question, Dakota. You said you did your solo just now?
I did, yeah.
Okay, that was my question. Because last year I had it in my phone. So because you said if you got 50,000 likes, you do a solo.
Yeah.
16,000 and was 1.8 million views.
Now it's at 100,000 likes.
Let's go.
It's crazy. Well, unfortunately, the owner at Sweet Spring Sanatorium did pass away last year.
Yeah.
And so they're in the middle right now of new ownership. So I wasn't able to do my solo there. So we were waiting, and finally we just had to pull the trigger on the trip.
So you broken up?
Saratoga was like, I'd say a close second, but we'll be back for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If the new ownership lets us.
Once that gets all figured out, we'll definitely be back.
How'd that happen, Dad?
Yeah. What was over there with the rocks?
Okay, so first off, I have fellow Fear fans who couldn't be here today.
For your fam?
She wanted me to tell you guys, hey girl, hey!
Hey girl,
And then, got any special deeds about upcoming trips that you guys are doing?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're releasing Farrar on the 30th of this month, so we went there.
It's an elementary school
Yeah.
in Iowa. Pretty scary.
And then we also, this summer, we'll be releasing our solos. And then in the spooky season, we went to Gettysburg. That was cool. So it's going to be a really cool year.
And right before Gettysburg, you'll see us go to the Stanley Hotel and then the Crescent Hotel.
Yeah, so we went to cool places this year.
Yeah.
All right,
Chelsea's
here's your lunch.
not here because she is due in about a week. So.
All right, here to your left.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Callaway.
I'm Tanner.
We are going to actually Minnesota for our friend's reception recently. I was wondering if there's any haunted attractions that you guys would recommend in Minnesota.
Man.
I know there's the Palmer House Hotel. It's kind of like 2 hours north of Minneapolis.
What's that one cave thing in St. Paul? Yeah, that one.
Street cave.
That one's cool. And there's drinks in there.
Yeah.
The Tanner Hospital, actually. I heard it's the best hospital.
No one made it.
Yeah. Just a bunch of knees moving. Let's work here.
Happy birthday!
It's okay. She's doing great. She's very pregnant. And yeah, just calm down, baby. We're all pumped to see the baby.
She's doing good though. I just talked to her like an hour ago. She's sad she isn't here, but she's doing as good as you can do with a giant baby in your belly.
Yeah. Oh, good one. Favorite. Honestly, I think for me, just bucket list place that I've always wanted to go to, especially as a kid, was going to Trans-Allegheny. Like it was just so cool to actually have, like, what a unique experience of having that place to ourselves and being able to walk in the hallways. It was obviously super scary, but it was really cool.
Gosh, I don't know. Pennhurst is one of my favorite places. I've been here a lot now. But I think Pennhurst, that was like the one we went to in our original documentary and really shook me. So coming back here every time always brings back some memories. So I love this place, yeah.
I think for me, Chillingham Castle was like the coolest place to go, and I got to torture them. So that was really cool.
Such a
The cast member, but you don't get to see.
like, I know if I go to Europe, I'm probably not going to see a place. I'm just going to be walking around.
All right, straight back here, gentlemen, all the way to the back.
Hi guys, first
Hi.
off, on behalf of the staff at Hillview Manor, Alex, don't keep your up very up. Appreciate that. My question is, do you guys have any plans on traveling to like Savannah or anything else?
Yeah, no, it's,
Actually, we've been talking about that.
yeah, we're researching a couple.
She tapped into her computer.
I might have been sneaky.
That's definitely higher on the list.
We're looking into Salem and Savannah and a couple other cities that are haunted, so that might be something we do in 2026.
Very cool. We'd love to see you guys next soon.
Let's go.
All right, yeah, question.
Hello. I like your hat, dude.
Thank you. Something I've been wondering is who came up with the name Project Fear?
It's a good question.
Good question.
It's a good question because honestly,
Flip the coin.
Okay.
I mean, it was kind of a group effort. Like, we all just, when we found out we got canceled, we were like, well, we want to keep fear in the name. That's kind of like the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we just came up with a bunch of other names that would go with it, and we all just settled on Project Fear.
Yeah. Trying to also figure out like what wasn't taken, what was available.
yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah, I was really like I think we like solidified like 10 YouTube channels just to be like, all right, just in case we really like
We
this.
did. It's funny though.
Fear.
What's that?
Which Ghost Adventures Fear
I just wouldn't want that one. You know?
We want it to be successful.
Oh yeah.
But
It's really cool saying
the
that.
network,
That was
you
cool.
know, the destination fear was the network because we were called Trail of Terror. And honestly, this was a good lesson for me. I hated it. I fought it every step of the way. I'm like, destination fear, that's not for me. Literally a month after it was solidified, I was like, why was I fighting that? This is such a good name. Good lesson, man. Don't fight stuff.
All right, back here to your left.
When's the next time we're going to Indiana?
Oh well, we did.
Technically, we're just there, but
True, it wasn't for our channel,
It
but
wasn't for our channel, for a secret channel that we can't say because it's not our project. But who's that?
I know Chelsea's well overdue to go back to the infirmary, Randolph County, so
Yeah.
that could happen.
Yeah, once she gets that kid out of her, we're sending her straight into the project. All right, enough time to break.
you've had 3 days. Get in there.
I have 2 questions. One, are you ever going to come to Oklahoma and do any hunts and all?
I would love to go.
We would love to have you.
Got any recommendations?
Tucker Cemetery is really good. Zozo houses.
Oh yeah, those ones.
I mean, I'm always down to try. And then New State, yeah, always down.
We would love to have you. And if you could, would you ever go back to Sweet Spring?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Once that gets all figured out, I think we'll be right back.
It's a pretty intense
Oh yeah.
investigation. You're all right.
It's always crazy there.
It's not so sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
In the back.
Hi guys, my name's Luke. I've been a fan forever and ever. I'm going to the vaults in Edinburgh in a couple of months, about 2 months, and I just wondered if you guys could tell me a little bit more about, what it was like being down there and, what I can maybe expect.
Well, one, I'll start praying for you. No, it's a really cool spot. I mean, the history alone is just like really wild. I mean, the city is really cool, so you're gonna have a fun time like roaming around the city and having fun there. But once you get into the vaults, like there is a little bit of it's a vibe change for sure. But yeah, it was weird being in the vault, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I think we were like not prepared. This didn't make the cut, but in the final, like the witch's room, they say that you can get sleep paralysis. And I totally forgot about that. And 2 days later, we were flying back. We had one night in London, and I had sleep paralysis in the room with Tanner. The most demonic, craziest thing ever. And it wasn't until I was editing the packet read again that I'm like, oh my god, that's a claim. It blew my mind. So he's safe. It really did kind of mess with me a little bit there.
It was actually kind of funny because Dakota's like laying there.
I'm just not my fault.
Just hanging out.
That's what happened in my paralysis. So all of a sudden, my whole body went numb. I felt like a demonic presence, and I could just look over at Tanner.
And then finally, I'm just like,
You want to get lunch or something?
So be careful.
Hi guys, so I know at Indiana State Sanatorium you had that incident where someone tried to break in or broke in. How do you keep your location secure?
that was a stupid joke, but it was right there. No, it's kind of just hoping and praying no one's in there, to be honest with you. We haven't really gotten the whole security part down yet.
Honestly, it was worse with the show though because we had such heavy foot traffic that people knew something's going on in town. So now we'll post about, like, if you see us post in a location, it most likely was the night after we left. Because we actually have one episode that we never aired on Project Fear. We probably will air at some point. But it was that whole night we were bombarded with intruders throwing glass at us. We never aired it. It was actually one of the first things we shot for the channel. And it kind of was a big buzzkill because we were like, being terrorized by humans. We try to be careful, not give away our location. Just because we've had one other time too, where someone showed up and they knew we were sleeping alone, and they clearly were trying to go after Chelsea.
But then they ran into me.
That was a bad night. That was like, okay, I need to be really careful. This guy was like 6'6", showed up alone at the sanatorium, and it was really weird.
And it's like, hey, get out of here. And he's like, I'll pick you up. And I'm like, I'll cry really hard.
It was weird though, because it's one thing, like, if we saw one of you guys there and you were like, what's up, hi? It wouldn't be, it'd be like, oh, hey, we're here, please, we might have to leave. But this guy was quiet, he didn't talk, and it was creepy.
Anyways, next question.
Hi, my name's Shar. Nice to meet you guys. I'm a huge fan. Watched every episode, seen every run out. Questions for Dakota. Two-part. First one is, do you ever get tired of tripping over, or talking about tripping over the twins?
Yeah, I do. I couldn't delete it out of the episode.
Yeah, you're the editor.
I'm really clumsy. That's just what it is. I think when you sit in a chair for 15 hours a day, it's hard to walk sometimes.
Newborn deer.
Yeah, it's funny. That doesn't bother me at all. I think it's awesome. People have actually given me like 3D printed toilets. I fall a lot.
And my second part for Dakota is, from one claustrophobic to another, how did you handle being in that body?
That's I think the worst part was I didn't take my sweatshirt off, so I got to a point where I just had to bite the bullet, but it was like the worst encounter in my time here.
I still remember remember opening that up and just being hit with like a wave of heat. And I was like, what are you doing in here?
And that made us feel uncomfortable.
That wasn't cool, it was hot. Body warmer. Hey.
I got a two-parter for you guys.
Yes.
First of all, what is your top favorite part of like paranormal investigating? And then what is your least favorite part of paranormal investigating?
That's a great question.
For me, like my favorite part is getting scared and having that adrenaline rush. And also the worst part is getting scared and having adrenaline rush. So like it's a double-edged sword, but it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I definitely like exploring the building because that's really what got us into this in the first place is urban exploring. So just checking out cool old historic buildings is awesome. Worst part is throwing up.
It happens. Yeah, I think I'm with Tanner. Just the adrenaline. It's like the worst of the best. It's like going to see a scary movie and you hate it in the moment, but then all week you're like, I need to find another scary movie. That was awesome. So it's the adrenaline for sure. It's my favorite and least favorite.
All right, over here to the left.
Hello, I know, guys, so I've got my kids in the rest of you guys. I have two questions. So, when is Connor going to start working more with you guys?
Well, you're going to love the next couple videos. He's pretty much in every other video now that we shot. But a lot of it too is his own insanity, like, because he's managing all the media, and we're talking like 50 different cards per shoot. And so there are times where it's like he just has to stay back and get the media going and be level-headed.
Yeah, keep one fresh brain on the road trip.
Yeah, exactly. But you'll see him a lot on the channel now. Yeah.
And the second question is, how do you guys manage to walk in the door?
Fall. Yeah. You heard the. Whoa. Yeah, no, it's really hard to go in the dark because we always will bump into things. I mean, there's so many times where I'm just staring at the camera and then I just run into a chair. Optimus Prime for a half second there. That was kind of cool. But yeah, it's not easy. What's up?
Alright, guys.
Take it easy.
Got a question over here. Alright. This is for Dakota. Do you really hide that duck? I
do.
It's why is it so hard to find? Make it a little easier for us.
It's funny, like once you see them, you can't unsee them. So they're not
I think I've watched every episode like 4 times and I still can't find it.
I'll give you a hint. I do have Velcro on the bottom, and so there are times where it might be in like the corner of the ceiling.
Have you guys just been looking up the ground? That's so easy.
The hood on it? Yeah. 30 seconds.
All right, over here to the left, guys.
Hey guys, me again.
Yeah.
So for us Fear Club members, your investigation that you're inviting one of us on for being part of the Fear Club,
Oh, yeah.
which you should all join by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The Fear Club. Have you decided on a location yet?
We have a couple locations.
Are you going to share those?
No.
Guys gotta try.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a couple locations in mind, and then yeah, we're about to announce it. I think I don't even know the date today, but it's like in like a month and a half, something like that. So like it's getting down to the wire, and I think it's going to be a really fun experience. One of you guys will be joining us.
That sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah.
What was the scariest location that you've ever been to in America?
Oh my goodness.
I'd say Moundsville for me personally, penitentiary, just because of what I had happen. It was a weird night. I felt burns on my back. That's one I don't know if I'll ever go back.
Yeah, so many. I feel like collectively we always say Sweet Springs.
Yeah.
Like that is by far like one of the scariest things that's ever happened to us.
Yeah, the first time we went to Sweet Springs, I think might have been like the most like terrified I've ever been. So like, it's always one of those things where it's like, yeah, I want to go back because it was so scary, but at the same time, like I was super scared. Right over here.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Maddie. I forgot my question.
I love this.
Oh, I took this question from Kindred Spirits panel before you guys. But it's, if you could choose one location that is not like Pennhurst or like someone said Disney World. Like, so if you choose a location like that, like, is there one that you would want to investigate?
David Buster's. Played a lot of games. Ooh. If I could turn any location haunted and then go and investigate it. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
In a sense?
maybe not turn it.
Okay.
But like the White House.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I nailed it. The Vatican would be wild. Wow.
The White House, that would be amazing. Just weird.
Just a bunch of presidents running around.
Oh, I'm doubling down on theirs. Yeah, White House and the Vatican. That'd be insane.
I probably wouldn't even investigate though. I would just kind of soak it in.
You just want to be there?
Sit in the office.
I'm the president.
Hi.
Hi.
My mom's actually taking me to Hillview in June.
Good luck.
What's one place I should go?
Where Alex puked. Left side.
Second floor for sure is like the scariest floor for me at least.
Yeah, 207?
207, I think is the room.
Okay.
So 206. That room, 206. Creepy. Love it. Go to that.
Say boiler room. If those are good too, the next one line will be go to boiler room.
Okay.
It's
I'll hit all three.
Hit all three. Just do it. Do the one too.
She'll make me, yeah.
Little isolation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've been going off on my own a lot in a lot of places now, so it's just
But it is very confusing in there, at least in my opinion, so good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Sorry. It's kind of a specific question. For the spirit box, is there a certain frequency, anything that you guys seem to get the best results out of? Because we've tried multiple times and I feel like we don't get as good as more results as you guys. So if there's a certain station frequency setting that works, that would be great to know.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, we use headphones. We do switch a lot.
With it until we're like, oh, we're actually getting some weird responses right now.
And I will say too, you're seeing a highlight reel almost too. So we'll go in the room sometimes for an hour and a half, and you see 3 minutes, and there was a lot of time where it's just undecipherable things came through.
Yeah, and you're also not saying when we go in and we do it, and then we don't get anything like that gets cut out. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no true setting that works. It's just kind of messing around with it, allowing it to kind of do its thing. And if you're not feeling it, change it around and kind of mess around with it again. But yeah, I don't know.
Good question.
You could do it too.
Hi there.
Hello.
So I want to start off with thank you guys for doing what you do every day, every video you put out. I've been with you from the beginning, and you've actually helped bridge the gap between my 13-year-old son and I, because he is an avid fan. He'd be here if he wasn't away this weekend.
That's awesome.
That's tight.
But my question was, first off, what do you think is your favorite tool that you use, your favorite piece of equipment that works the best for you?
I mean, I gotta be honest, I really like the music box because I feel like it's super easy to explain of all right, I set a motion device if someone walks in front of it. boom, then it makes a creepy sound. I wish it wasn't a creepy sound. Change one thing, but no, I really like the music box. I also like the PS device because you can actually get a word. I really like everything. It depends on the location sometimes too.
Digital recorders, kind of the same vein where it's like very simple. You record, and if there's a voice there that you didn't hear with your own ears, you got something. It's a very user-friendly tool, which I like.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with the digital recorder. I think it's the hardest sometimes because you have to wait so long to replay it, so it's not as quick. But it's mind-blowing whenever you get stuff on the recorder. And then not even the ER60, we use a couple other recorders. It's just insane when that happens. You can go back and watch the footage and see no one was talking, so it's just weird.
Do you ever, does it ever trip you out when you're in the Estes method?
Every time. Oh, yeah. The weirdest thing I think with the Estes that it's coming out of the Estes, if you're under, you take off the mask, you take off the headphones, all you've been doing is saying random words and it doesn't correlate to anything to you. And then all of a sudden you just look at your friends and they're all like, and that is always the best.
We did just do a big project for Sammy Colby's channel, and this isn't spoiling anything, they announced it, but
we all died.
We all died. They took 20 YouTubers and locked them in a haunted village, and 10 of us were believers, 10 were radically non-believers, and that it was the Estes method that made people really freak out. We saw some things, people who said 0 out of 10 don't believe, and they went and did it with their friend who also didn't believe, and they were just freaking out. So that was
All right, to your left, outside of the tent, over here.
Hi, my name is Audrey.
Hello.
I've been ghost hunting with my friend Bella here for a little over a year, and we want to know how you guys get the courage to do solos and sleep alone in these haunted places.
It's more enforced upon us sometimes with the solos. I don't know. I think we're all in the same boat as the adrenaline rush is kind of like the aspect where we like doing it. Or at least, yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the camera helps.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to look.
You kind of know you have to do it or else it's up on camera.
Yeah, you don't want
camera confidence. No.
Yeah, we're not very creative. We just do this. It's Project Fear. But yeah, no, it's it doesn't really get easier. Also, the amount of times that I've gone down a haunted hallway and I just go I've done this 100 times. However, I'm just like this. So yeah, stupidity. I think is my answer. Yeah. I see a puppy dog. I want to pet it.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. My question is, have you had any experiences other than when the camera was rolling?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
We were at I think it was it May Orange where what one was the one with the library where Chelsea had to go to the bathroom?
Oh yes.
That was Green County Elms.
Yes.
Yeah. That was wild. She comes running into the gear room, we're cut, and she's describing a scene out of Ghostbusters. All of the books on the shelf were flying off. That was weird.
She thought we were playing a trick on her. She went to the bathroom, she comes out, all of a sudden a book falls, and then she's about to starts walking, then another book falls, and then she walks out, sees us, and she's like, wait, you guys weren't in the library messing with us? And we're like, no, we were not.
We had that stuff at home too, some interesting stuff I've talked about before when my computer equipment was shoved off my desk that Amy got home from season 2, I think it was. That's the biggest one though, the Chelsea encounter. That was really kind of bizarre. It was almost like it knew it wasn't on camera, I'm going to do something so insane now. That was weird.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right over here to your left.
Minnesota in the house.
Oh,
Hey guys, before I ask my question, Moxie Mamas is up in the Devon building. They catch bracelets.
Oh, let's go.
All right. Question is for Dakota, because you are sort of brainchild of this going way back.
The brainiac nerd.
The brainiac.
They didn't like that joke, Al.
Or I get it. Oh, come on.
You said that your premise for the show was sort of to study the psychology of fear within us and how we react, respond to a situation like that. So, sorry. How has your view on it, if you had it to start with, how has it changed between then and now?
Yeah,
Good question.
I definitely believe it fuels it. Your fear can, not all spirits are going to feed off of fear, so maybe not all the time, but I have noticed that the more scared we get, the more vocal we are about being uncomfortable and terrified that stuff knows we're vulnerable. Bad stuff usually. But I don't know.
Also putting out like energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're scared, you're putting out a certain vibration, something could latch onto that and use that.
So I don't know, that's kind of been my theory all along, is like put yourself in the most scary scenario and see if that will bring it out. I think that's why we've had some luck before, is because we were so terrified. But yeah, good question. I mean, I still don't know. It's still an ongoing study. Ongoing study.
Hello.
Hi.
So it said that sometimes you get attachments from places. Have you guys ever felt like you've been attached to a place instead?
I think there's certain places that I feel like more like attracted to. Like, so again, Sweet Springs, like I've been saying it this whole time, but like there's a part of me that always like wants to kind of go back. I've never even really thought about that little piece of meat stuff there, so the little ghost attached to me. The reverse type thing.
Pennhurst kind of haunted me a little bit, like, I feel like I obsessed over Pennhurst, both with the doc and when we went for the show and the YouTube. Like, once we got to the packet and editing, for some reason it just like, I needed to make it perfect, tell the story perfectly, represent what happened. And I don't know, this is one I dreamt about a lot the first time I did it. Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some do.
You did, honestly, I'm like still thinking about it. Like,
Gears are turning, but
yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. You win.
Also, the duck, I can't find it either. Whoever said that earlier.
We'll make it easier.
Yeah. All right, over here to the left, guys.
the dog.
Puppy.
Can I pet that dog?
Do I grow her up now?
I'll do it after, I promise.
So apparently my husband just bought this puppy. What do you name for it?
Rascal. That's it, I don't know. Oof.
Chelsea?
It's a girl or a boy?
I heard Penny in the crowd. Dala is the other one?
Nala, like Lion King. I want to pet that dog. Once I pet that dog, then I'll.
Yeah, we'll have to pet the dog.
I need to get its vibe.
Yeah,
You know.
it's cool.
I'm gonna just go David dog.
So we're thinking about doing it overnight here. What's your favorite building to investigate?
I like the Mayflower a lot. I don't know. That was the first one I got to go into when we came here the first time, and like, I don't know, it's creepy, dude. Yeah, I love that. And then the tunnels.
Yeah. I would say Devon. Devon is
sick.
the basement, the canyon area in Devon is really scary.
Yeah.
That would be where I would go.
Yeah, go check that out.
Mayflower and Devon.
Sure. And the tunnels.
Kingslayer. Kingslayer, yeah. And the Mayflower.
Mayflower.
Yeah. I think Mayflower has been the most active.
Yeah.
Consistent before.
I gotta be honest, you can't go wrong here. Every building's cool.
All right, to your left, we got a little one over here by the speaker.
Why do you want to do this? Like, when did you start doing this?
That's a great
I
question.
have no idea.
We could have been food reviewers or something. You want me to?
Yeah, I mean, when we were in like middle school, we kind of got into the paranormal from shows like Ghost Hunters, Taps. And,
Oh my God, get out of the way. Jesus Christ,
So
girl.
we were naturally interested. And then it's just throughout middle school and high school, that became like a hobby of ours. It's fun to get in a creepy building in town and exploring it and getting scared. It was all about fear for years. Just, what can we do tonight that's going to freak us out?
A lot of challenges that we give each other too, even back then.
Even back then, and it just morphed into the show, really, where we knew, eventually we got more interested in the paranormal side, and then we wanted to kind of blend both of the worlds, be scared, but also still try to investigate. Good question. I don't know why sometimes either.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I just had a question. Have you ever had any attachments?
Well, like necessarily attachments. I've definitely felt like when we've been leaving a building, there's been like this, like, I don't know, heaviness to us, but like we definitely do, like, we'll pray. Oh God. What's the timing on that? But I mean, I do a lot of prayer and stuff, and like I just feel like you can't be with us. We already have someone follow me upstairs, and then yeah, that's pretty much. We've been kind of lucky with that.
Lucky. I think the closest one's like real sleep paralysis. I also experienced that once after an overnight. Very similar, but like that was the closest I think to an actual attachment that we got.
Yeah. Once we're done with the shoot, we try to do whatever each person does, prayer, just get over it, and then we do a really good job, and you can tell with that energy, like, we won't let someone go down the path of being upset. We've had many times on the road trip, especially during Destination Fear, where I would have a couple days where just darkest days, lowest lows, and they would pick me back up. And we have a good team, I feel like. Sometimes the attachments can happen because you really let yourself go down the dark road and let the thoughts win. So I don't know, we have a really positive group here, so.
We have a good support system with everybody. Yeah. Good go.
Thank you.
Good question. No worries, I don't have a microphone problem.
I got two questions, or actually one statement. But first one is, you guys seem like you have so much fun together. And
It's all right.
yeah, what are your feelings like to be able to do something with your best friends every day that you love?
Hell yeah.
It's a dream come true.
You recommend it for everybody, right?
Yeah, I do it.
Yeah. It's a blessing. We're so lucky. We don't ever wake up thinking we have it bad. We count our blessings every day.
Yeah,
honestly.
No, honestly, not a lot of fun.
That's great.
If there is,
Me and my
it's
best
nice.
friend, we do this together. That's
Let's
why.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
But another thing, is there any way you could get Chelsea to get her baby a nickname, Baby Fear?
You know, I'll just sneak in and I'll write on the birth certificate. I'll be in there.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
What's up? What's up, dude? I got a deep one for you. So I'm big into exploring consciousness and the nature of reality, and I'm just wondering if you've had any particular response insights in this area.
What do you mean?
Like from the other side, like have you had anything talking about like what it's like from their perspective, or stuff along those lines?
We've had a lot. This is not near as deep as probably you like of an answer, but we've had a lot of times where we get responses saying like, I can hear you, or like mentioning that they can only hear us and not see us, which is kind of weird. I never really thought about that. Like maybe there's something else going on where they're only hearing us. Like that's why things don't always move in your face. But I don't know. I guess I'm just not that deep. I get too scared.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question. No, that's a thought provoker. Yeah. Have you ever had anything?
I've had a few paranormal experiences myself, but mainly like entities that I've seen as like guardians, like guarding me because they've been around the house. and I've had some intelligent reactions where I've been able to get them to turn off certain devices, but nothing super deep yet. That's something I hope to dive into.
That's super cool.
Maybe we'll try to get better at that.
All right, over here to your left, yes.
Do you ever take anything home with you from locations?
You're not a cop, are you? On the ground, you know?
Spiritual, not, the only thing is the computer thing, that's about it. But we do take a lot, like Chelsea has a rock collection, just taking a rock from the property of every location.
Yeah, I mean, there's been stuff where, like, once I come home, I'm like, what's in my backpack? That's crazy. I should give that some back.
A couple of rocks and random things that fall off the walls we take, but probably not a good idea.
We don't condone it.
No.
But I do it.
Right over here. So Dakota, thanks for doing all the drone videos. Love how you flew out to the East Coast and chased all that stuff. I don't think it's been talked about yet, but if I remember correctly, your theory was something legitimate, unknown was happening, and man-made stuff was following.
Yeah.
Anything else that's come from that? And you're going to do another video about that because I'd love to see more.
Yeah, so we're working on two documentaries right now. They're not even YouTube videos. They're going to go on YouTube, but they're full on. They're going to take us a year or two. I believe that if you saw the drone video, you saw us talk to the military guy who had to be anonymous, and he told us things that we couldn't include. And I mean, it was a lot of people on, I think it's called the McGuire Air Force Base or something. And there's I know 4 stories from 4 different guys flying there who all tracks things that made no sense. One guy saw figures in the craft. They had the classic Men in Black type stories. And I wasn't allowed to say any of this. Now I am. But so many cameras.
Yeah, there's see a camera right there. He's got it. Dakota goes disappearing in 2 weeks.
Leaving out one thing that I can't say, but there's just a lot. But I just think his theory made the most sense that because this person he knew well before the drones. He's a family and friend, and for about 5 years now, he's been telling us like there's crazy stuff in the sky here. So I knew about that, and then when the drones thing happened, I was like, whoa, what is going on? And I just think there was, maybe not everything, there was a lot of confusion, a lot of more people looking up than ever before, and even me in our video, we misidentified a lot of stuff. But I definitely think it's a phenomenon. There's something really going on. I think you guys will really enjoy what we're doing with these other projects, because that was a quicker turnaround. I did it in like 2 weeks. We're working on like some real feature-length stuff that we could air on streaming service or whatever, but we're like, nah, we're gonna go straight to YouTube, and I think you're gonna love it though. We caught some stuff, really weird stuff, over some faces.
Secret faces.
In Nevada.
Secret faces.
Yeah, that's a good question. I love the drone thing. That's kind of a new passion, the UFO stuff. You'll see it, little bits and pieces on the channel, but we won't venture away from the paranormal, don't worry.
All right, back to your guys, to your right side over here.
I already asked the question, but I'll ask it another time. What's your new candy exception?
Oh my gosh, dude, I don't know freaking why, but I've been eating Crunch bars like crazy. Like, I go to Circle K and the guy there's like, yo, what's up, Crunch bar? And I'm just like, I don't know what happened, but now I'm Crunch bar. No, they literally like I'll walk in and be like, what's up, Crunch bar? I'm like, he knows I'm gonna grab 2 of them.
I don't know anyone else that eats Crunch bars.
I don't know what's going on with me. Yeah, and Nerds clusters. Those are. Yeah, I've already had a couple of both of those treats today. I'm kind of a sweet treat type of guy. So yeah, riveting question answered.
Anyone like the Jolly Rancher ropes?
Yeah.
Okay, I just started that, like, these last 2 weeks. It's bad. Cream sanders, no, nothing beats cream sanders. Come on.
I love that. It just makes me laugh because we do a podcast in the beer club, and for a whole entire podcast, we literally just started talking about candy for like an hour. This is awesome. I love candy.
We have our other mic out there right now.
Hey, love you guys. So I have a two-part question. So I know you recently investigated, visited the UK, and while you were there, did you visit the Edinburgh Vaults?
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did. That was the most recent video we just posted a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
We got
Okay, so I missed it. I need to catch up.
Okay.
So the second part, did you or would you visit Auschwitz?
Okay, so that would be tough. I've actually been to Dakota before, and like walking into that place was just like instantly like just so much heaviness, like a weight is on your shoulder. I remember I was with my dad and just like, would you want to take a picture to remember this? I'm like, what am I supposed to do, smile on this picture? Like, I don't know what to do here. But it would be a very interesting place to go there. However, I don't feel that we would be the right people to represent that place well enough. I feel like it needs to be respected in its own right.
Yeah, even one simple jump scare would be so disrespectful probably, and I don't know, maybe in like 30 years?
That's fine.
I just wouldn't, I don't like messing with, I don't know, that's just, something.
That's a touchy one.
People just get defended, and it's gonna be, it would be impossible to go there and try to even ask a question, like, just too heavy.
Yeah.
Too sad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Straight back here, guys.
Hi, so my question is, if you're dealing with ghosts that existed before modern technology, how do you think that limits your interactions with the equipment that you use in case they might not understand what you're asking?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of times it takes them time, like, to use equipment. Like, it's not till the midway point of the night that it starts to feel like we're flowing with responses. Yeah, I know.
And even with that, that's when I feel like when there are some troubles when it comes to that, like those devices, that's when like a REM pod or a like one of the motion sensor like devices comes into play, because it's really easy to even explain or just say like, hey, like we're setting this here. If you walk close up to us, then it will showcase that you're close to us.
Yeah. But that is a common thing all the time. We're always trying to figure out how to word it. Like, we won't say device, but sometimes we'll say, like, I have a tool in my hand. But that's a great question. I feel like that probably does get in the way a lot, too. When you feel like we're getting nothing, it's probably because of that.
All right, if we keep them tight and concise, we can get 2 more questions in.
We have one in here.
Hi.
Got a question. So when y'all are investigating, does anyone get singled out by the spirits?
Okay. I feel like, like there's a lot of locations where it's like, oh, Tanner's getting picked on a lot, or Dakota or Chelsea or myself, like it you kind of just notice, like throughout different locations, like someone is getting picked on a lot more than others, but it's never like, it's always Tanner or, something like that.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah, there's always a short straw.
Yeah.
And someone picks it. It's always kind of a little random.
All right, last one, guys, all the way back here.
Hi. I was just wondering, because I think you guys may have started to try to figure out, like, is there proof or is there an afterlife? So I was wondering, what do you think is the most compelling piece of evidence you guys have got so far in terms of, like, proving that there's an afterlife and that there's ghosts?
I mean, I'll say this. I don't think our group will ever go down in history of proving anything. But I will say the fact that we have gone to all these different places, hearing stories that we've been told of like different hunts or different occurrences, The fact that we are able to line up some of those stories with now our own personal stories has allowed us to actually have a solid guess that there's more, that there's something else kind of going on, that there's a realm that we don't really understand. And I think that's kind of like where we come into play, going like, yep, it's a little... I was on to something. Shut up.
Too long of an answer.
I'm sorry, it was a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
You nailed it. Both of you.
Before we leave, I do want to just say thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only reason we're doing this.
We love you guys.
This is the future, I think, of independent productions, and it's only because of you guys supporting us. So we love you.
Make sure you subscribe.
We honestly wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So like, thank you. This is absolutely wild. You guys are making our own dreams come true. So honestly, you guys are the best.
If you haven't stopped by the table yet to see them, make sure you do. Let's hear it one more time for Tanner Dakota.